Sup people, Mike here, and this is the Order 1886 Hard Difficulty and Collectibles Guide. This is Chapter 15, so right at the start here, we will be looking at the final newspaper of the game, and as long as you've been getting the newspapers, you will get the well-read trophy, and I could be running right now, but for some reason I'm walking. I'm not really sure why. This whole beginning part, you don't really fight any enemies, so you don't need to worry about those guys closing that gate, since they don't do anything. But when you come into this room, make sure you go to the left here, and I believe second to last document. Well, the last document, but not the last collectible. When you drop into this area, you kind of come into these catacombs, and you have these two guys that are coming up the stairs that you can very quickly kill without really any issue. And then when you go into the next area, you are in a very big room with a lot of enemies, and I believe one or two shotgunners. I can't remember how many there are. But the biggest thing is that you don't want to go into this room. Pretty much just use this passageway as your cover. I never had any of them really rush me into this tunnel section. They all pretty much stayed in this room. Most times they end up just going to cover. You do want to be careful of this shotgun, because depending on how close he is to this tunnel opening, his shotgun can actually do quite a bit of damage to you. But if you stay pretty well in place here, you can pretty much kill all these guys with very little hassle. So a couple of these guys take quite a lot of shooting at before I finally do hit them. I got pretty close to dying there because that asshole. But you do want to be careful, because if you do have to come in this room, they will immediately just chuck a grenade at you. It's weird. The whole time I was in that passageway, they never threw a grenade, but as soon as I go into the room, that one guy, all of a sudden is like, oh, grenade time, throws it. So and then when you come into here, this will be the last phonograph of the game to get the archivist trophy. And if you come back into this room and go to the right side, there's an ammo pickup there. So you can either keep the Falchion or switch out to one of the other assault rifles. It's really whatever your preference is. And that was me because I had picked up a grenade, but I didn't know which one I had picked up. Also, be careful when you come in here, because I forgot these guys were at the top of these stairs, so I took way more damage than I should have there. Deal with those guys, and before you go down the right path, come over here to the left, because there's an ammo pickup in case you need it. I end up not needing it. And this is the room that I mentioned all the way back in the beginning of this guide, that it's very, very much dependent on using the black sight whenever you can. Also, make sure you pick up the arc gun, since you don't have, I believe, like 2 or 3 shotgunners. And then there's also a guy with a grenade launcher, and then eventually a guy with a thermite gun on top of a shit ton of enemies. It's insane. And there I got the marksman for getting 5 headshots in black sight. So this piece of cover right here, this is your very familiar spot. So once you kill a certain amount of the guys, that back doorway will open up, and it literally just spawns in a fuck ton of guys. It brings in the guy with the grenade launcher, and I believe there's also a shotgun, and I don't know how the fuck that guy got behind me. But that's the other thing you want to be careful of, is the guy's going to cover there, and somehow this guy, even though he's shooting at me, he does not kill me. I got super ridiculously lucky and survived that whole section. I ended up wasting this black sight because I wasn't in a good position to cover to be able to look at the other guys. Yeah, pretty much like this piece of cover here is gonna be your home safe haven. If you should start to run low on ammo, you can run back into that room and either switch out a gun or pick up grab the ammo pickup if you didn't grab it when you came into there. As soon as that thermite guy shows up, you want to immediately deal with him and try not to almost die again because of a fucking enemy that goes right behind you in cover. And that was a moment where I was getting shot behind me, but I didn't know where the fuck the guy was, so I just decided to run back in here just to regen my health. And I had to get ammo anyway, so. But yeah, this room, the first time I played through here, it took me 10 attempts before I finally got through this part, just because of I didn't take the arc gun first off, and I got just annihilated by the shotgunner and the grenade launcher guy. And if they don't kill you, they put you down, and then one of the other guys can just come up and shoot you in the head and kill you. So once it seems quiet, just kind of look around just to make sure there isn't a guy hiding somewhere in cover. Now, if you haven't gotten the trophy for setting, I believe it's 15 enemies on fire with the thermite gun, you can pick it up, because when you go into the next area, you have, I believe it's about 10 guys that you deal with. They're very bunched up, so it's very easy to just spray the thermite, shoot the rocket, and set like 5 guys on fire at one time. So you can very, very easily pick up that trophy in no real hassle. It actually ended up being that I had to go back into the game to reload the previous section and get the thermite kills, because I forgot that I hadn't actually unlocked it yet. But if you decide not to use the thermite gun, there's that explosive canister to blow up that first set of guys. And if they start coming towards you, there's another canister here, and you want to be careful with this shotgunner. He did a lot more damage to me than I thought he would, so I just didn't feel like dealing with him, so I shot the canister just to be done with him. And once all these guys are dead, you can pick up one of their weapons, or actually, you know what, you don't even need to worry about picking up a gun, since these are pretty much the last enemies in the game. So I think I waste time actually trying to pick up ammo, but I really don't need to at this point, since we have one collectible left to pick up, and then we're pretty much moving on to the final chapter of the game. The collectible is before you bust through the boards. It's on the right side of the path. Once you hit here, just go to the right, and you will get the last 2 trophies connected with the collectibles. And yeah, we'll be moving on to chapter 16 and the boss fight.